Hello and welcome back to my hot stream. Hot streaming Vagrus, the Riven realms, key given to me by the devs. As always, my thoughts, opinions, ideas, whatever the heck I throw into these videos are mine. Not influenced whatsoever. Game is still in development, as you can see here. So let's hope it doesn't crash. I don't know. It's in full screen mode. That usually helps. Vagrus is a game that involves a fair amount of reading. So there you go. This is when everybody stops watching me. If it is to be enjoyed and experienced as intended by the developers. There's also a game where success is by no means guaranteed. RNG. You probably lose everything several times before getting the hang of leading your traveling company. That's fine. No problem. We're going to watch a little intro now.
The River Realms, they call it. What a fine poetic name for something as rotten and twisted as our land has become. It was not always so. Long ago, the old empire, the noblest and most enduring society created by humankind, spanned almost the entire continent of Zerine, the cradle of man. But after several millennia of progress and incomparable achievements, inevitably, the empire began to fall into stagnation and decadence. Desperately holding on to their privileges and resisting change while trying to avert the collapse of the realm, the emperor and his theocracy took to measures that were worthy of true despots in cruelty. Subjugating weaker realms, enslaving whole nations, strip mining foreign resources, oppressing imperial citizens, war on several fronts, genocide. Eventually, the gods could no longer tolerate such horrors wrought in their name. Foretold by an abundance of divine omens, they descended upon the empire to right its wrongs. Thus, in a chain of dreadful events that became known as the Calamity, they annihilated the empire in a matter of days. The gods then finally saw what they had done in their anger and confusion. It is said that so much grief and shame filled them that they were broken and they left this reality, never to return. The continent and its inhabitants seemed dead, but at length survivors began to crawl out of their hiding holes and faced a land that no longer welcomed them. Arcane anomalies, the fallout of the Calamity, now riddled the continent, and people realized that they had to share their new home with changed and twisted creatures. Terrible beings entered through the cracks in the tapestry of reality and rose to rule over the natives. In time, these new powers rebuilt the fallen empire in their own image, and the River Realms, now godless and vengeful, reincarnated from the ashes. The inhabitants of the land, such as I, now eke out a living under the crushing rule of the new empire. The continent itself constantly resists our every attempt at building a cozy home for ourselves. As travel is dangerous, many ventures specialize in transferring cargo and passengers over bleak and deadly leagues of land. Others try to take everything of value from said travelers, or attempt to find buried treasures among the ruins of the old empire. The leaders of the endeavors are, some say, the bravest men and women of the River Realms. Such a leader is called a Vagrus.
There we go. Post-apocalyptic fantasy caravan simulator. It's really an interesting concept. New idea here to throw in. Options, not much to see. I've already taken them down. Let's go ahead and jump in the new game. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. Okay.
Ah, yes. A Vagrus. What a profession. Daring and savvy, always watching the horizon, always looking for an opportunity, and of course, for what is best for his comitatus, eh? And you are a Vagrus too, are you not? Many of your kind have I seen in my long life as a vagabond. Care to listen to a story about your exquisite occupation, good master? It is a tale of woe and terror, but it is also a tale that is true, as I have seen it with mine own eyes.
Good. So, we're going to have a little prologue. Tell us your tale, old man. It'll at least help kill the time.
Wise you are, good master. My tale is of a Vagrus, such as yourself, but one whose fate was cursed and wrought with ill fortune. It all happened a long time ago. 10 years, maybe more. I was but a passenger, traveling rough roads and forgotten ways with this comitatus, south along the feet of the great mountains of the west.
I thought that was the prologue. Uh-oh. It's going to keep going. Ah, cool. Oh, I'm going to have to do this again. This comitatus I speak of had fallen under hard times. Perhaps it was due to imperial harassment or unfortunate decisions, or simply bad luck. Irophons, saint of roads, does not always smile on us mere mortals. But however it came to pass, their coin was drying up, and their opportunities seemed few and far between. One of the last chances their Vagrus saw was to travel to the remote town of Scrap Heap, very post-apocalyptic, and spend their remaining funds to stock up on cheap scrap metal. This metal could be sold for great profit over in the east and south. It wasn't a bad plan, truly, but it was not without risks either. So there's a strange, interesting Latin thing going on as well, which is kind of cool. Welcome to the prologue. It serves as an introduction to the setting and also as a tutorial of the game. It behooves you to read the tutorial text and follow the instructions. Note that although Vagrus is an open-world game, due to the prologue being a tutorial, it progresses along a narrow, guided path in the beginning and opens up only later after the core mechanics had been introduced. You can currently find this on Game Jolt. On the campaign map, your comitatus traveling company always occupies a node and moves between nodes through paths. Moving along paths costs movement points. That's fine. It's a good little strategy thing. Indicated next to each path. Every in-game day you have a number of movement points to spend before you need to camp. Fine, fine, fine. Movement, let's look at the upper top corner here. Represent how far the comitatus... Yes. March movement points. We have 10. No, we have 0 actually. Represent how far you can push after the MP runs out. Okay, cool. That's nice. So there's like a forced march ability. So we got 10 out of 10. And if we later on, we can sort of push them. Supplies. 340. It's 3 days worth. I like that. Cargo, we're only carrying 40. Distressed. Okay. What does distressed mean? We'll find out later. Fresh vigor. And we got some coin. 5 draka. 3 bros. And 7 lirg. That's great. That's fantasy money. When it's just gold, silver, and bronze or copper, right? So, to move, click on nearby mode and select move from the radial menu. You can select a node that is farther away and then, yes, calculate path. Gotcha. Okay, I'm still looking around. Look at the upper right-hand corner. Past the Game Jolt information there, we have week 2, Albea. Cool. So they probably name the, I'm going to say days or the weeks or whatever. It's, oh yeah, it's the months probably. I don't know. It's just really, I love this. Year 1097, month 2, day 11. This concept. That's great stuff. Okay. And good. So, how many do we want to go? Let's see. It takes 3, 7, 10. Let's just go with 3 and see what happens on our way there. And you can click on the little foot button. There you go. So you're going to have events popping up constantly, which is fine. Most of the story is presented through interactive text called events. I like that's fine. Events provide choices you can pick it from at each step. Various choices can make a number of consequences. Some choices have dependencies, that is, you can only pick a certain choice if you have the right prerequisites, skills, perks, characters, etc. Cool. Hello, the office. So let's see what we got here. Having gone ahead of the column with a handful of scouts, you watch from a ridge as your comitatus slowly trudges along, making its way ponderously among dormant geysers and broken terrain. All around you, the hills smolder lazily in the perpetual twilight. Are you all right? Javik's voice resonates. Sympathy, as he appears next to you on the ridge. You nod slowly, but do not look at him, your gaze lost in the distance where ash cloaks the horizon, the towering mountains to the south and the west. Turning to your Comes, again with the Latin here, you note his supportive smile. You and Javik have been traveling around the realms together for years now. There's no other person in this world who you trust more than him, except perhaps yourself. I know you feel constrained, but I still feel like I said before, you made the right choice by leading us here. This is not a really nice place to go. We got giant statues falling over. It's pretty cool. I guess it's just old metal statues, etc. Heaps of garbage. This waste. Time will tell, but I still have my doubts. Long shot, you know. There wasn't much of a choice. Either this or returning my trading license and hanging myself. Oh, I like that. It has to work. We cannot fail. Not like this. Thank you, but the last thing I need right now is a clumsy pep talk. Hanging myself is the one we're going to do. Don't forget banditry. We can make serious coin waylaying travelers. Good point. We could go evil. Do we have alignments in this game? That would be great. Javik smiles mild, but you are used to his sarcastic humor. Ah. Unfortunately for many, this is not a very light-hearted matter. Highwaymen and brigands roam the wastelands and foreboding wilderness between settlements and attacks are fairly common. Thus, we have these comitates. Thus, travelers often bond together. Golden Age of the Comitati and Vagri. I like this world building. This is cool stuff. Seriously though, there may have been little choice, but how you go about it matters much more than you think. I think. We stick to the plan, see how it goes. How is the rest of your holding up, you think? Let's find out what's going on. They do have faith in you still, Javik says. It should not come as a surprise, since you've known and traveled with most of them for years and years. Some founding members of the Comitatus you could trust with your life, but you've heard stories about other Vagri who have been abandoned for less. Time to do what they are, Javik trails off. With Imperials cracking down on us independents more heavily than before, business is tough, everyone knows. And they appreciate your efforts to keep us floating. And one option, our plan ought to give us another chance. Whoa, and then you're slapped in the face with another massive text. The plan. You talked your traveling company into this a few weeks ago, but you stepped towards the Western Mountains. More and more of them started to have doubts, of course, because it looks like Mordor, right? Such is the way of the road, perhaps. The plan involves a desperate attempt at squeezing a low selling price for metal bits out of an old condo of yours in the town of Scrap Heap. We only have 40, by the way. Stocking up on said metal by spending the rest of your coin and bringing the cargo down south along the Molten Tongue to Devon via Avernum and Ash. There's a shortage of metal in Devon, and you know several buyers would give a pretty price for your goods if you can only make it there before many others with a similar cargo do. Such contacts are the boon of decades spent on the road, but even if Narbo, that villain, gives you an agreeable price in Scrap Heap, the road is not without its risks. The music, sneaking through the gap between the dead forest and the Molten Tongue, is inviting disaster. Though it's not a course many Vagri would take, and of course if this fails, you have utterly run out of alternatives. You think Narbo will help us out? The old scavenger was never famous for his goodwill. One can only hope. If he's not willing, we must find a way to compel him. Yes, yes, yes. Going dark today. Is there more down here? Oh, there is. He has to help us out. He won't be able to pass the iron to make us indebted to him, even though... Nope, let's go dark. 2 is our dark option. Nope. Don't like the dark option? They're not going to give me the dark option. It's not there yet. 3's not there yet? 1's not there yet. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then we're done. And that is the end of this adventure. We have found one of the bugs, the very first bugs. Well. Oh, we can also click on things in the codex. That's what it was asking us for to do before, so perhaps we had to do that. So then I just clicked on the dead forest just to give us an idea. I like the art style. Really like it. Codex is a collection of entries you have found throughout your travels and events. Entries contain information about the world. Each time there are unread entries, the crystal on the cover of the closed codex emanates light. Okay. Entries are displayed in the list on the left. You can search. Okay, it's fine. We have a codex. It's got a lot of written stuff in it. More written stuff than we already have. Would have been good. The tutorial would have stopped us from reading onward. Anyhow, this is a lot of stuff. I'm not going to read it, but you can see that there's a lot of juicy stuff. Okay, now we can probably move on. You can see there's Avernum, Ash. You can click on all these different places. Scrap heap. Get a load of that. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always pause and have a look if you wish. I'm just clicking them to get through all this stuff at the bottom. 18 out of 97. 8 out of 10. You can read about all of this fun stuff. Again, world building, love it. I would love to be able to do this. I'd love to be able just to with my own game world that I made years ago for RPG role-playing stuff. Would have been awesome. Go for the evil option. These are dark times and call for desperate deeds. But such thoughts make me uncomfortable, to be honest. I've seen this expression of his too often, not to realize he's using some sorcerer's talent to read your mind. Get out of my head. You know the rules. Taking a peek. Taking a peek. Apologies. You know how it is. It comes to me so naturally. Sometimes I don't notice I'm doing it. Thoughts were loud, Vagrus, and I have to actually block them, you see. Cool. So we have magic. After you're joining your Comitatus 6 years ago, Javit proves to be an invaluable asset. Not only does his sense... Yeah, because if you're a merchant, you can have somebody who reads minds. You've won. You're completely cheating the system. Not only does he sense moods and thoughts around him, he's also able to subtly manipulate others. See, this is like, you're the best merchant around. It comes very handy when doing business. He's got some other perks. You saw him shatter the minds of men and beasts who tried to kill him. Not a pretty sight. I like that. Got a little assassin as well. Yet because he's not a trained sorcerer, at least not in the traditional sense, his abilities are sometimes difficult to control. He's a wild talent. Become accustomed to his impromptu thought scans. There you go, he can't really control himself. For this reason, he has to kept his ability to seek for many years. That's a smart thing to do. Especially if you keep bursting minds and knowing things you shouldn't. There are a handful of your Komes who put up with being near him for long. But even so, he hasn't probed your mind in years. Certainly not on purpose. Yeah, reading on demand. Not always great on stream. Apology accepted. Just make sure. Yeah, I don't find. I know what he is, and I know how much of an ass. I'm not going to be like beating him down. Okay, both of you walk down to the Comitatus and join the column. You go back to the Comitatus. Thank you. Ooh, wow, we've made it through. That was just the first node. Okay, let's keep going. As we were coming up to the gates of Scrap Heap, this trash-piled town of cutthroats and scavengers could see the vast mountain ranges of shattered Devender Thar looming ominously over the horizon. I love this art. I wish I could do something like this. I would so put together my own game world. Half shrouded in the gaseous vapors belched forth by the volcanoes in the far west, my companions prepared to do their business in town as fast as they could, not wishing to tarry about in this notorious place. Cool. Let's get on to Scrap Heap. Bottom right, we have Codex. Okay, that's where the Codex is. We got always there, present. Oh yeah, hold space. Which is not hold space, by the way. It's hold the left mouse button. Okay, let's walk into Scrap Heap. Here we are. Cool. Riding nice, giant fire lizards. At the foot of the ever-fuming mountains of the ancient Dwarven King... Oh, it's Dwarven! Lies Scrap Heap, the town of scavengers. Debris and junk is piled into veritable hills upon which the rickety homes of the decrepit... So, people were using a lot of metal previously. Ash lingers everywhere and the sun is almost always absent from the twilight? That's Twilight. That's weird. Skies. Deals are struck day and night over the precious metal scraps gathered in the ruins of nearby Devender Thar, while the Heap King oversees all from his dreaded tower. That's cool. Soot-covered faces watch from under ash-laden awnings. Life is cheaper than iron here, some say. Story. Struck down Narbo? Okay. When a Comitatus enters a settlement, you can select from a variety of options. Gotcha. This time only story panel is active. I'm happy with that. I'll follow that. Boom. Here we go. Massive wall of text. You make your way to the Thrace Stash and Sora's watering hole, tucked away in a small street just behind the imposing tower of the Heap King, but not quite under its immense shadow. Not many frequent the establishment, which makes it perfect for Narbo and his little operation of honest merchants. Apparently the knave is not only alive, but has done well for himself in the past decade or so. Taking only Javik, you leave the Comitatus to the care of Titus, quartermaster, where you're gone negotiating. Ashes flitting from the black sky as you cross the street and onto the bouncer of the Wraith Stash. Give him your sidearms. We have guns. Okay, so again, I'm not quite sure what the technology level of this game is. Is it a mix of fantasy and sci-fi? What is it? Rules are rules, at least as long as they can enforce it. Yet they have the courtesy of allowing you to keep your dagger, and of course they have no idea what Javik is capable of should it come to a scuffle. Not that you expect such a thing, but with Narbo, one never knows. So you've never told the crew that him and you go way back. The entrepreneur is a capricious, manipulative man with whom you did not part on the best of terms last time. Okay. Does he remember that? Surely. Could he be persuaded to take your proposal? Who knows? Your eyes slowly adjust to the dimness of the tavern's interior. Only a few candles and a lamp, but the bar illuminates the common room. Shadowy faces turn towards you and observe through the thick smoke. The bartender, a thick-set man in a dirty tunic, is chewing tobacco serenely. Above the bar hangs the skeleton of a large heap lizard on display. Narbo, sitting at a back table, his bodyguard half hidden in the darkness. Got you. So, 3 options. Make your way confident, walk over, sit down at one of the vacant tables. I'm here to do business. Let's go straight over to Narbo, confidently. The entrepreneur looks up from a stack of papers in front of him and rubs his eyes. Narbo is a corpulent man, fat bastard, with a bushy dark beard and a few missing teeth. Part of his face is covered in scars, similar to those left by old burns. Naturally, where he lives, that coupled with a withered and mutated left arm. Ooh, mutated. So mutations. That hang limp at his side is a clear indication of the taint. Here we go. World building again. From the evil... Well, the damage wrought by the gods and the evil gods came. The merchant wears a leather jerkin studded with small bronze and bone coins. Sign of wealth and boldness. Bodyguard, a lean man with tribal tattoos and an outfit made of leather strips, moves his hand calmly to his spear. It leans against the wall. Narbo's mouth falls open as the spark of recognition flares up his eyes. No wonder it's been 10 years. The fuck, mate? He blinks. I thought you croaked. Narbo waves his good hand around and looks at his bodyguard. Told tales of your demise. The man finishes the sentence for him as the merchant nods vehemently. That business with the Kernak house and the storm. You tell him that we're indeed at Kernak when the terrible arcane storm struck. You describe the horrors of that night briefly. You add how many of your original comitatus died there. Close friends, old traveling companions. But you walked away unscathed. This was years ago. Sheesh, that fucker out Urafans looked after you something fierce, aye? Don't know the accent this guy's got, but Narbo chuckles heartily. But I'm sure you haven't come to reminisce about good old times, eh? His predatory smile makes you cautious, even though he invites you to sit down with a casual wave of his meaty hand. Bit of a pirate lord on the dry, burning seas of this desert, probably. Apologize to him for the unfortunate way you parted. Go down to business right away. You have no time to spare. Remind him of how you don't like threats. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna go straight, get down to business. You tell Narbo to let bygones be bygones, instead listen to what you have to offer. You got some balls coming in the air. All business and bold. After a tense moment, a stern expression turns into a smile. I like it. Of course you do. That makes sense. The bodyguard visibly becomes less tense. Narbo opens his arms wide and bows his head. Let's hear it, mate. You breathe in. Time to outline your proposition. Which is... Okay, here we go. Before we get into that, some choices have dependencies, meaning you can only pick a certain choice if you have the right prerequisites, perks, companions, resources, journal entries, and so on. Some choices involve tests that can be failed or succeed with different consequences. Perks, characters, and resources can change the chance of success in tests. Test difficulty is represented by numbers between 1 and 100 that you need to roll. Okay, cool. Reminds me of the merchant game, or the tavern simulator that I played last year at some point. Keep the tutorial open. So let's have a go. Let's have a look. You explain to Narbo how you want him to give you a discounted shipment of metal scraps, which you then would smuggle into Devon. I'm going to explain what I'm going to do. Okay, whatever. Through contacts you have in the city's underworld. Once sold, the profit of the shipment would be quite exquisite. You don't name your contact, but divulge enough of her that the plan seems solid. We're going to pay him back afterwards. Is that what you're saying? Buyers, you say, are lining up and expecting the shipment soon. Narbo sits in silence, eyes fixed on the table, as if listening to some noise from afar. He does not cut you off at any time during your proposition. At length, after you're done, he looks up and gives you a weak smile. That sounds like you've been thinking a long time about it. And it's a great plan, except for the part where I give you a discount for your asking, and not much else. And I don't do that, mate. That would make me, what, an almoner. Yes. You're not giving money to the poor. That a word? Narbo looks up at him. When the man nods as he turns back to you. Aye, an almoner. See, I'm no almoner. You know, you gotta do better than that. What you got for me? Tell him that you'll be in his debt. He'll make a tidy profit as it is, but you'll owe him a favor. High chance success. We have these little symbols. Persuasion plus 40. Charismatic plus 10. Again, I would like to be able to build my own character. Maybe that's something that they'll put in later. Remind him that you used to make a great team, and this could rekindle that partnership. Low chance. Persuasion 5. And charismatic 10. Okay. Very low persuasion. Reveal that you were in a bad spot in your last chance. Probably 0 chance. We have another option at the bottom. Let him know that in exchange for his help, you'll help him out with a problem he might. So, quality? I think I need to have... So maybe I needed to open up something else beforehand. Narbo's secret. Then I would have been able to get into that. We're going to go straight for the high chance success. Give it a roll. Roll. Test success. 57 to 70. They should probably put some sort of animated roll in there. That would have been cool. Suppose you don't plan on croaking just so I can't collect on said debt. Okay. Narbo's chuckle turns into a wheeze. I'm guessing I rolled 57. I don't know. 57 to 70. Again, this makes no sense, so that needs to be fixed. I'll roll. All right, well, I know you to be a man of your word, and we used to run together. So you know you're good, but just to be clear, you do owe me for this, and I'll collect. I'll collect right now, in fact. You head to Devon by way of Avernum, aye? You nod, Narbo leans closer and signals his bodyguard. The man with the dreadlocks steps closer and carefully produces a small packet from beneath his leather jerkin, puts it in the merchant's palm. This here little fellow is mighty important to me, see? Take this out of the city and deliver it to my associate in Avernum. We're even. You get your discount scrap from me? Yep. The merchant offers you the package. Drummond draws in breath before he can speak. Narbo interrupts him. And before Pretty Boy here asks, no, I won't tell you what's in it, and don't even think about opening the package. What I can say is it ain't dangerous to you itself, but you might want to keep it hidden from the damn militia of good old Crap Heap. Great, excellent. So now we're going to take some sort of contraband out of the city into another city. The way Narbo stares at you makes it clear you have no other choice. This might just be the opportunity you hoped for. Great. Package is small enough to fit in your palm. Feels very light and it's wrapped in fine leather. You pocket it after briefly observing it. You'll be looking for a man named Scornar in Avernum. He ain't to be trifled with either. Just tell him I sent you and you'll be fine. You can find him or his men in Lavinus, watering hole most of the time. Give this little fellow to him and to him only, understand? After you assure him you do, Narbo instructs you to give him an hour, then look for his people at the market and simply introduce yourself. They'll know what price on the middle scraps they should give you by then. He motions his man, you and Javik stand up and get ready to leave. Reverer will take you to the back exit. We don't want to give people the idea they came here to beg for almonds. Now, do we? Or anyone to connect us and run to the militia for that matter. Okay. You got what you came for. Leave the race stash through the back entrance and head back to the Comitatus. Dun dun dun. Your journal has become active. The bottom left corner is your means to follow stories and tasks. We're going to have to open up our journal. I think I just have to click, right? Yes. That's it. Yep. Codex updated. And that's all I do when I click on this. A new day has started. Ah, that blended in really well, by the way. That blended in really well. That thing popped up and I thought, that might be that. No, it's the well-blended book in the back. Gotcha. The journal allows you to view your quest stacks and other related information. Yes, gotcha. You can do a search, because there's a lot of stuff in this game, I'm sure. Objectives are... Yes, it'll tell you your objectives and things like that. Buy at least 40 metal scraps at the market. Cool. Unread entries have a blue exclamation mark. We're good. Green check marks. Oh, okay, so here we go. Red entries have a gold dots, green check mark completed, a red circle failed. So you can fail things completely. Qualities are the qualities the Comitatus or leader currently has. They can be statuses, gathered information, rumor, and so on. Red entries have a blue exclamation mark icon. Gotcha. Okay, we're done. I want to get rid of this with the X. Market pane is now active. A lot of games are doing it this way. This style, very popular. Previous game we put on the channel was Sunless Skies, and it had a very similar build system, etc. Now we get to the market panel by clicking on the scales icon. But what about this? Look, there's some stories here. I want to check these out. Perhaps time to visit the Heap King. There's always something to be had here. So there's a lot of cool stuff. Okay. And here's the market pane. Displays the available goods you can buy at the settlements. Okay. And it opens your cargo pane on the left. Here we got a giant lizard. Really like that. This is really great world building. Okay, when buying or selling, buy or sell one increment only by clicking on the buy or sell button next to the listed goods. Holding shift and click. That's pretty classic, yeah. Buys or sells a whole stack respectively. Drag and drop the icon for buying or selling stacks of goods. Holding shift and clicking the icon opens the window where you can specify the quantity you wish to buy. Purchase list 40 scrap metal and supplies for 10 to 12 days before you leave. Okay, let's do that. 10, 20, 30, 40? We're not. We need supplies though. How are we doing for gold? Okay. Equipment that you can attach to the comitatus is sold in some markets or found through your travels. They provide bonuses and upgrades. You can switch between the market of goods. Equipment using the buttons over. Okay, well, there's all kinds of stuff over here that we're currently... I don't think I have anything, do I? No, I don't have any goods. Nothing. Look at all these. There's a lot of stuff we could have to upgrade. Bits and pieces of our caravan. That's cool. Medical supplies 10. Stacks of supplies, 10 modest meals in a stack. Bread from root grain. Currently, we have 3 days worth of supplies. We need a bunch more. So let's go ahead and grab some. I have enough for 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's go for 12. Because it said there 10 to 12, I believe. Equipment. Right, awning. Minus 25 worker consumption. Block harmful weather effects. Where would this go? At the top? I'm not sure. Let's buy... I don't know if we have to buy one. It is 2 silver. There we go. Equipment you own are in a pool below the illustration. You need to equip them. Good, 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 good. Equipment can only be placed in a slot that matches its type. Let's see. Let's find out where this goes. This is what I like when you hover over something, it should like tell us where it goes. There we go. Items. The third type of cargo do not take up cargo space and are not equipable. They are used and traded in certain events. Again, we had something similar to this in another game we played recently. The game with the wizard, floating wizard island. You can switch panes in a settlement. Okay. Yeah, let's check this out. When you're done exploring, click on the arch icon on the bottom right to leave scrap heap. Once you leave, you cannot come back to this place in the prologue. So be sure to do everything you want to before venturing forth, especially getting supplies for the road ahead. We've done that. Looks like we can go cargo equipment. Can't do factions. We can do all kinds of stuff here. There's still a lot of things to do. I'm going to skip this because I want to get into actually moving and seeing the combat before we end the stream. I think that would be useful, and I only do these first impressions for about an hour, so we've used up a lot of time reading through script. Will your business here conclude? Packed up and restocked on supplies, you finally make your way back out. Good. Okay. It's not free. It's going to cost me some money. 1 bros. Wait. Bros is the bronze coins, correct? Yep. You set out at dawn. Ashes floating from the sky. Good. Sounds like a great morning. Almost immediately you notice the guardsmen and the militia at the gate are not working in groups, questioning and move along towards the inspections. We have here story is in alignment. Good, the package. Even they're looking for the package Narwhal gave you realize there's a minuscule chance of finding it among several departing caravans. All made up of dozens of people respectively. Besides, the package is tiny and well hidden at the bottom of a sack of dried mushrooms. I would have put it in something maybe smelly. A robed magistrate of the Heap King appears to coordinate such efforts, picking out people who hold traveling groups for inspection. Takes only a passing glance from him to praise you and crew before he motions the guards let you through. Comitatus is well on its way, and Scrappy is a mere dot on the horizon by the time Javik joins you at the front of the line. Just like I said, you made the right choice for this venture. Talk of how you may have saved us all. It's spreading like wildfire. Of course, we do have to make it alive all the way to Devon with the cargo. It's a good start, don't you think? Yes, let's just get on. Get on with it. I don't want to do a lot of talky-talky. Nod. Turn away without a word. Like, you could just be... Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not like we started this business yesterday. With that, you both go to your own duties in the constant monitoring of the horizon. If all goes well, you'll reach the wound beautiful. This whole place is nasty. I love it. The wound, the 20-kilometer long cleft that runs between broken hills. Love it. Abominable creatures born of the blood like liquid. Okay, that's just cool stuff. I'm definitely interested as to where this story's gonna go. Molten Tongue, Averdum. +3 morale, +1 vigor, end. Okay. Oof. So, in the prologue, your progress is saved at checkpoints like it was just now. Also, whenever you leave a settlement, an autosave occurs. Another autosave occurs with each in-game new day. And you can load your saved games from the game menu, escape or F10, or from the main menu. So, in case you screw things up, don't press the next day or push on. You need to restart that. Save scumming. There they were, with a full cargo hold and filled with newfound hope. Yet the road ahead still promised hardships and peril. I like this. It's all in the past tense. Traveled with them southwards, expecting to reach more habitable lands beyond the Molten Tongue's river of lava. So this is a story being told to us. Got our book on the left. Got our codex there. Oh yeah, hold space. Get on with it. So, we can't move the map. Like, I was hoping to move the map, or we can zoom out, but that's as far you're going to zoom out. So I'm not sure where I'm going. Remember, we only got supplies for 11 days now. This could go bad. Crew management UI is now active. Click on the sheet in the top left corner to open it. Crew management window allows you to manage your comitatus. Morale is the general move of your comitatus, ranging from 1 to 9. It's currently 6, which is steady. Yeah, if it ever gets to 1, it's game over. Vigor is well rested. Yes. Penalties on tests and drastically slower comitatus, which can spell doom quite fast. I gotcha. But still, look at all this. Upkeep, of course, people cost money. Your companions, your fighters, your scouts, your workers. Unpaid days 1. Interesting. Upkeep, how much you owe for your crew. Consumption, how many supplies and passengers or people that take to their destinations. They also consume supplies. Here you can see the number of each crew and beast types you have in your comitatus. I have 11 slaves. Whee! Great. Outriders are special because you need a fighter and a mount to be able to create an outrider by using the plus button. Cool. We don't have any outriders right now. Well, outriders are excellent fighters. Mounts with outriders carry cargo. You can always dismount fighters using the minus button. Add an outrider, then close this window. Cool. Tick. Done. In the upper right-hand corner. Okay, moving on. Nothing happened that day. Made an outrider, a scout. Nothing happened that day either. Cool. Again, let's have a look at this again. We have normal scouts, fighters, mounts, and outriders. Mounted fighters, exceptionally good when attacking. Gotcha. Slaves function the same as workers. They have no upkeep unless consumption can become unruly. Each slave carries 1 cargo. We have some workers. And we got beasts of burden. Ah, so cool, man. Good stuff. Let's keep going. I want some combat. And that must be the end of the tutorial, you'd think. You've run out of movement points and need to camp. Oh, okay, that was it. That was 1 day. I was thinking each one of these would be a day. No. Being on the road all day lowers the vigor of your comitatus. You can also camp earlier than running out of MPs, which helps raise vigor faster. Gotcha. Sleep. At the end of each in-game day, the comitatus makes camp and settles down for the night. Supplies are consumed and movement points are refreshed. You have the option to give out less or more supplies than rations, which penalizes or boosts vigor and morale, respectively. Starving your crew will have long-term negative effects. Each day you can decide to offer normal or double wages for the current day, independent of whether you pay them or not. Double payment increases morale. So there's all kinds of things you can do in case there's a bad event to help. You can also choose to pay all your debts to your crew at this time. So, as it said before, it was unpaid debts. Or crew payments paid later, but the longer you delay, the grumpier they will get. You can also talk to your companions and heal them using the icons. Additionally, you may use your defense orders for the night. Cool. A more lenient defense has a higher risk of a nighttime ambush, but will lead to a well-rested crew. Okay. So when you have everything set up, click the end day. We're going to use normal rations. Because I don't know how long this trip's going to be. Maybe at the end, like, if once we have the end in sight, we can, like, up it. Upkeep, again, keep it all the same. We can go ahead and pay now. And we don't need to heal anybody. We can talk to people. That's cool. That's something else you can do. Wait, I don't know what she is. She looks cool. No, we can't look at her right now. Defense orders, vigor's no need for guards, +1 vigor, penalties in case of ambush. Post guards, no bonuses, no penalties. And we can't do this one, double the guards. Let's do this, because when we get into some combat. Penalties due to ambush, so. Oh, I guess nothing bad happened. A new day has started at the bottom here. See that? There was no way to turn off the cursor, by the way. Keep traveling. Nothing's happening. I could just jump ahead and see what happens. How much do we have? 6 left? We can only go this far. Yeah, we have to stop. And then I could talk to this woman here. Mercenary. Again, lots of information on her. Mercenary is discussing something with some of the scouts when you approach them. She sees you and immediately steps away from her company. Joining you next to the tent in shadows, you immediately feel a bit anxious, as if roused out of a torpor by Tarkanian coffee. The effects of the proximity of demonkin for sure. Cool. Ask what she thinks. There's something here. Javik required. Ask what she thinks about Javik. We have Javik. Ask her about her past. Ask her about demonkin. Enough chatting. Let's go. Let's get back to it. I just want to have a look. See? Everything's fine. We're going to keep it this way. I think we're wanting to get an ambush. After a long day's march into the bleak skies and harassed by hot winds, the comitatus finally settled down in a wild ravine. Wide. After taking care of camp chores, you go to your tent and tuck in for the night. There are benefits sleeping in the wasteland. The silence is quite calming. Something is making a muffled noise you don't recognize. Your eyes flick open. There's something wrong. What in Tartarus is it now? Leaving your tent. It's these two going at it. Leaving your tent and passing the sleeping beast. You were just about to call a guard when you stumble on a large quadrupedal creature with fused bone protrusions. It is munching on supplies scattered around the ground, evidently from a torn open sack lying nearby. The creature is a jarka, or jakra. Jakra are vermin of the wasteland. So some sort of like large, I don't know, stegosaurus? It would be nice to see a picture. Okay. Now the shadows Morwen leaps at it, tackling it aside and cutting its hide with her bone axe. Breathe out. This would be good combat. Let's do this. I want to fight. There's more of these accursed things, boss. Yes, now we're going to fight. They've just sneaked inside the camp. Good, 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 good. Let's get into a fight. Finally. Here we are. And, okay. They're a bit odd looking. Companion combat is turn-based, where 1 to 6 enemies fight against a team of 1 to 6 companions. Again, the art style here. You can use the skills of your companion to defeat your enemies, protect your companions, set yourself up. We can't fight ourselves. We're using our companions. Rounds, of course, turns. The combat is divided into 2 sides. Friendly side left, and the bad side on the right. Max of 6 on both sides. Front row and a back row. So front, melee as always, back row ranged. Each row has 3 positions. Certain skills can only be used when standing in a position. I like that. That's pretty cool. Let's fight. Lots of information down here. The order in which combatants receive their turns in accordance to initiative. At the beginning of each round, all the active combatants add 1 to 6 random to their ini or initiative. Determine in what order they will progress. This is standard RPG stuff. It's great. The ini order shows the order in which combatants receive their turns. Wise leaders use their information to plan ahead. Creatures. Morwen. Javik. Creatures. Okay. I have no idea what these guys have and their abilities and such. So, blocked. That's an odd way of showing the combat, though. I'm not sure if I like that zoom in thing and a swing. We'll see when it comes in later. Melee skills can only be used from the front row. Yeah, gotcha. Nothing special here. Now, oh, another. All characters can move. Yes, footprint to any adjacent position on their own side, so I could block them attacking him, I guess. I'm assuming. Yep, they prevent melee rolls against characters directly behind them, and make it more difficult to hit with certain ranged skills. Okay, so when you want to move, select the move. So I'm guessing... Yeah. Yeah, they can block the range stuff. So yes, we're going to move them in front. Of course, that was an obvious thing to do. Do I double click? Oof. There we go. Each companion has 4 combat skills. Oh my... This is a lot of information. I gotcha. You can see select skills or moves. Gotcha. 1 through 5. Use Mind Blast, skill 1. Okay. I just want to have a look around here. Okay, that just gives you the rounds. Mind Blast. And attack one of your. You select skill 1, select available position, click again. And boom. 4 damage. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that zoom in thing. I'm quite happy if it was just standard, I don't know, jump across the screen sort of thing, or he just does the animation right there and hits them. Old school Final Fantasy. Movement skills include options to push front rows back, Savage Kick, and pull back row enemies to the front, Whiplash, and some skills are more complex. Move and attack, cool, strafe, gotcha. Savage Kick to send the Jakra enemy to back row, denying it an attack. Okay, I like that. Boom. And I'm just double clicking. Kick. Does only 1 damage. That's the downside of it. Yep, we've already seen the combat log. It's right below us. Character sheet can be opened up. Forfeit button. We're not going to be using that. Finally, whew, now we can get through. Let's do this. So again, we have some abilities. Let's have a look. Yeah, we have our own version of a knockback. Premonition. There's initiative, defense bonus, and an accuracy bonus. That's just the move. We're not doing that. Okay, Mind Blast. Vitality 2 out of 10. Dead. It's moving up. Now we can... What we could do is just... Okay, so it can move up and attack. It's the same. It can move and attack. Did not know that. Boom to the head. It's got 6 health, I think. Yeah. Let's have a look at her abilities. Devastating Blow. Damage 2 to 5. Actually, I love it. We've got all our information. 85 accuracy here. Crits 8. That's what we need to see. 2 to 4 strafe. Just straight kickback. Whiplash. Let's go for the Devastating Blow. Let's hope we get lucky. What? Okay, that's 5? Yeah, I can't do 5. I don't even think it does that much damage. Dang. Dang, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. That should be the end of it. We can at least do the 1 damage. But I guess it has armor or something, because we only did 1 damage to it. There, on the right side you'll see. Expected damage 1 to 4. Cool, because of the evasion and so on, blockage. Gotcha. Keep that in mind to look on the other side. Then check how much damage things are going to do. It's your AoE attack. Savage Kick always does 0 to 1. So, keep that in mind there. Finish. The only thing I don't really like is that jump. Joey steps beside Morwen as they get ready to fight. Okay, blah blah blah. The 2 Jakra. I love that. Jakra. Lie dead at your feet. Morwen wipes the foul-smelling blood from her axe blade as the guard arrives and talks to her. You okay, boss? You nod. All hostiles taken care of. They got some of the food, but we can take their meat and parts to make up for it. Cool. I'm happy with that. Hunting required. Harvest damn critters before going back to bed. Perhaps you'll even gain something from this. Yeah. Nice supplies, 2 ivory, 5 B-sides. That's cool. Interesting. Now I would love to get to the end of this, but I'm not seeing any Avernum in sight. How much can we walk? 10 days? Your chart is now active. Open it by clicking on the chart, top right. Ah, there we go. This is what we wanted to see. The chart in your tool is navigating the wasteland of Zer. however you want to pronounce it, Xaren, and planning out journeys. You can move around by holding left mouse button. Reading and talking, so difficult. Let's see. Got one job. This is a very big world. Zoom out. Dang. That is cool, though. Where are we at? How far can we see zoomed out? Oh, we're fine. Cool. Nice. So we're way off. We're way off from Avernum. Just getting to the wound will be hard enough as it is. Yeah. Mark Avernum. Mark. And then what? Get out of here? Close chart. So, did that help me in some way, shape, or form? Just by marking it? I don't know. We also have a codex as well, in case you wish to read that. And then, yeah, I think you guys... What are we at? 10 days? Ah. Get around that lava bit. Forced march allows you to move further than your maximum movement points in a given day. Forced march movements use marching MPs. We do have 7. Okay. Although forced marches get you further, use them carefully. Your crew loses vigor and even morale rapidly if you march too much without resting. We strongly suggest refraining from forced march until you have more experience. Yeah, I gotcha. Thank you. I just want to get through this. By the way, they're fatigued. This gives them more vigor. So, maybe we'll just have to do it the... Yeah, it's fine then. Okay, how far can I go? Really should have got more supplies. I can't move this out of the way. I guess we just have to walk it. And we're getting closer to the wound, I think. As the Comitatus is scaling another stretch of black sand dunes, one of the outriders you had sent out to screen your left flank rides in on the line and heads immediately to you. You can see the man is in panic right away from the way he hops off the saddle while deaccelerating almost falls over. Before he reaches you, your guardsmen are already setting up a defensive perimeter to the east. Vagrus, they are coming. I saw him walking over the dunes. The pilgrims are coming. A murmur of terror washed over the Comitatus. Clearly their scout was referring to the last pilgrimage. Cool. The last pilgrimage is a magical phenomenon, one of the great mysteries of the Fourth Age. Originally a group of pilgrims walking in penance to the capital, they were turned into a host of wandering specters that haunt the forsaken reaches of them. Oh, that's so cool. So, we don't want to run into them. This group, spectral horrors, are known to appear out of nowhere and eradicate even large groups of travelers. Nobody quite knows what happens to those who encounter them up close, as nobody has lived to tell the tale. Some reckless people who were reputedly able to take a peek at the otherworldly wayfarers, but during your many years as a Vagrus, you've never met any such persons. Try to find a place where you can hide from the last pit, make a run for it. Dang. What are we gonna do? I don't really want to hide. Let's make a run for it. Let's be daring. You turn the whole Comitatus around and make haste westwards at right angles to the espied direction in which the pilgrims are reportedly moving. After an hour of hauling ass, you make the line stop. Scouting parties you've sent out saw no sign of the spectral menace. So you turn back and reline. Maybe we hid. We could have seen them or something, but let's move on. We lost some movement. We have to camp. How are we doing? Fresh? Let's put it on there. Oh no, it actually tells you. Okay. Fatigue. So that would really fatigue our crew. Dang. That's a huge penalty. And we're fine. You can see how far we can go because it's in white. The rest is in gray. Keep traveling. Not sure where the wound is. The wound, we passed the wound. Good. Obviously, you can't go off this trail. That's the thing. It's not an open world. So we're going to have to go around this bit of fire, this bit of lava here, and keep moving down. It's a long way. We have 8 days worth of supplies. Again, same situation. We can't really do much. We get ambushed. We just have to take it. We can go the full max 11 now. And we hit something. Comitatus climbs the blast black dune and comes to a halt on your mark. Standing on one of your carts, you spy the horizon carefully. Voiceless lake. Deathly quiet. The lava flow of this particular tendril of the molten tongue cools down here below a tough shell of dark rock. But the shell is not solid enough in places. So we're going to go across this evil lava pit of death. There are ways to guess where it's safe to cross the terrain, but it's been done slowly and tentatively. Your scouts know your way around here, but because the lava changes constantly beneath the shell, they have to rely on finding a new way across each time. Your lieutenants agree that crossing the far side of the shell is still better than going around and into the Uranus Negras. Okay. Nobody in their right mind would go near the damn place, so you're stuck with the plateau surrounding the voiceless lake. We only have one option. The Calamity attempts to cross over to the other side carefully. High chance. That's fine. Perceptive. Cartography 0. Scoutmaster. Boom. We did it. Hours that felt like days, because you'd be scared shitless. You leave the voiceless lakes behind. The end. Yay, happy morale. Cool. Events. Just as we were about to leave that damnable lake behind, we heard it. An abominable shriek pierced the air and made us gasp. It came from behind some hills nearby, coupled with the ruckus of battle. The armed women and men of the Comitatus looked at the Vagrus questioningly. Well, no. It's not these guys again, is it? Scouts. Paralyzing howl coming by an unmistakable clash of weapons. There's a battle going on. Some armed folks are behind. So it's again the same picture as before. There's a battle. Some armed folks are being attacked by bloody undead. A murmur washes over the crew, and many of them ready their weapons, not to give aid to fellow travelers in dire need is believed to track dire peril. Otherwise, it would be better to fight the undead together than alone if it comes to that. Rush in and attack the undead as fast as possible. Approach carefully and see what's going on. Ask the scout exactly what they saw. Ask Javik to use his... I like using Javik. Perhaps you can get far enough from the undead. Let's ask Javik. Javik frowns at concentration. Damn, these mines are difficult to reach. Them being in combat does not help, but it's almost as if they are trained to keep out prying. The undead have no minds of their own, being animated by dark magic and all that. I'm not much help. Rush and attack, or your crew stand down? No, we have to attack. You climb over the hill. I would rather just attack, but I guess we're gonna fight anyways. Let's get information here, some RPG. This is very much like a typical D&D game or something. Bodies are strewn across. One of them mutilated undead. Some are mangled and burned humans in dark clothes. A robed priest with a shaved head falls to the ground after flying half a dozen meters following a bone-crunching hit from a looming white giant. The creature looks like it's made up of several bodies, fused together by some combination of natural disaster and evil curse. The rest of the shambles look like they are smoldering. The great white abomination faces the last two men standing, a white-faced, lightly armored enforcer. Guess we're gonna have some recruits, aren't we? With a shield and a tall man in black armor, wielding a great sword. Okay, let's fight. We are going to play them. Okay. Look at this thing. This is pretty cool. Before the first round started, you have to deploy your companions, so we get to put our guys in there. In the available positions on the friendly left side. Let's see who we're going to put you in the back here. Fine. We got these guys. I'm not sure their abilities. Okay, you can deploy a companion by selecting a portrait. Slap her in there. We don't know any. Resume. That's interesting. Right mouse button did that. Open character sheet. No, can't do it. Not working right now. Not with this thing on. Some allies are already deployed and you will take control of them, but you cannot change the deployment. Good to know. Morrowind is useful in the front row, while Javik's ability... Yes, we already know that. Done. Okay, begin fight. So this guy takes up 2 slots. Oh my god! What? 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 That was RNG. He's gone. Some skills can target friendly units to support protect. It's too late. Use premonition skill 4 to buff an ally. I don't know this person. I'm gonna help my own guy. Oh, this one's in front of me. Dang it. Let's do this. Hello. Well, that was it. That buffs me as well. Combat is cruel and in general you cannot heal during it. If your defenses are made... Well, we saw how cruel it was. We gotta watch somebody just take one shot and get taken down. Evade allows you to completely avoid attack. but you will be moved to an adjacent. Gotcha. Successful block provides extra arm against the attack, mitigating more damage. Still suffer damage, more being armor, I should say. Okay, so you can still take damage when you hit block. Each companion has different evade and block chances. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And you can hit the defense mode icon, shield or dodging figure with the correct portrait. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's have a look at what these are. 23 out of 28? Dang. The congregated. Attackers receive -10. Wow, that is cool. You have 6 out of 10, you have 6 out of 10. We can just take out one of these guys real quick. Let's have a look. Yeah, Cinderborn. How much can I do? Still only doing 1 to 4 damage. I can knock it back. I get it too? Wait, hold on a second. No. Strafing I can only... I have to move to strafe? Yeah, so if I was to if I want to do strafe, I have to, and I think they have to be in the front row or something. Okay. I'm not gonna pull somebody back. I could kick somebody back if I wanted to, and they'll lose their turn. Okay, he's got to move. And he has to move. Okay. Sidarius is a very tough companion. Who knows about the other one? He was one-shotted out at the beginning of this. I don't know if that was RNG or if that was the way it was supposed to happen. His heals also include a support skill that enhances stats, and that one that debilitates an enemy for several rounds. Some skills can be affect multiples. Sidarius Cleave deals less damage. Use any skill. Okay, thank you. You're still kind of blocking my way. Vengeance. This is a single enemy's curse, losing initiative and accuracy. Cleave. Right, 2 adjacent enemies from afar. Yes, I could cleave those 2, or I could cleave this. Wait, no. I cannot cleave. I can only. I have no idea how that cleave works. That was why, because I was using the Bane. Cleave. This guy and this guy? Nope, too far away. So we're going to cleave those 2. And there we go. That's the way to do it. There's a couple ways of doing the confirm. You can double click, but in that case, it might not have worked properly if I double click, so you can go back to the portrait and just click on it. You do the Vagrus. You, the Vagrus, may not take part directly in combat. Many of your leadership perks allow you to use resourcefulness. I have aid. I can revive a downed companion. Okay. We have a downed guy. I don't know if we can do it. And empower, which gives power to a target character. This is one of the few ways replenishing POW in a combat. Nope, I guess we can't get the other guy up. Use empower to give Javik POW. Okay. Sure. Upper right hand corner. Where? Is this me? Yeah. This is new. Maybe we get to choose our portrait later on at some point. Javik is this guy back here. Did it work? Not quite sure how this... Wait. Not doing anything. It seems to be wanting to give it to her. As you can see here. Ah, I can only give it to... I gave it to 2 guys. That's what I did. Okay. So I could give it to 2 people. No worries. Okay, so let's get back to it. Mind Blast. We can't move this big monster anywhere. We can't really do much to it. We just Mind Blast something. We could perhaps kill this. Yeah, that'll kill it straight up. What? It said 3 to 4 damage. What? That is bad. That is very bad. Cleave again. No, so you do when you want to do a cleave, you gotta definitely go back to the icon. Wow, we're doing jack damage. This might be the end. She also has a strafe attack. Which I think she can only do to these guys. No, she can't even do that properly. No, it doesn't seem to be working, the strafe attack. Yeah, you could probably do the two people, like one in the front row and one in the back row. Maybe that's the whole point. Anyways, let's get on with this. Let's just go ahead and finish that guy off. Gotcha, finally. This is going so poorly. Yeah, crit 4. What's happening here? Back in the face. 10 out of 15. You should be able to mind blast this thing. It says damage 100%. 3 to 4 damage. And this thing, again, same thing. 3 out of 4. It's going to take too much to kill that thing. It doesn't seem to work on undead at all. 1 to 4 again. Hey, that's good. Now we're going to get hit. Big bastard's gonna kill something, probably. Oh, no, miss. Nice block. Good job. I do not know what to do with him other than premonition, which he probably already cast on one person. Let's cast on this guy. Or girl. There we go. Premonition, because the undead just seem to be completely resistant to mind stuff because they're undead. Makes sense, right? Let's go ahead and finish. I don't know if I want to. Let's go ahead and hit this guy. Oh, I can't. So where I'm at won't let me do that. I can only kill this guy. And not, as the case may be. I probably had needed to move. Oh my god. I don't think she can hit now. She can, yeah, she can hit. Finally, kill it. Okay, and again, if the only thing he can do is premonition and stuff, then that's what we'll do. Or can we move this thing? No, again, we're not gonna be able to hypnotize. It's undead. Give this guy some buffage. It's moving in the middle, so maybe it's gonna go for my demon woman. Don't know. Go for the unholy strike. High damage. Let's see how high damage it is. It's still the same. 2 to 4. Take a while. I think they're still buffed. Yeah, the blue means buffed. So none of my abilities work. I have no straight up combat, receding swing. Because I have to get in the front row. Do I want to do that? Yeah. That's not great. Look at the other things we had. Bane. Try that. Did it work? Yes, it did work. Debuffing, buffing. We can move him. So he can actually start swinging. I don't know if that's wise, because he's probably not got a lot of health. But he's not doing anything otherwise. I think we've done everything we can, right? Could buff myself. Let's just go in for a swing. Boom. Now, who are you gonna choose to kill? Moving? Okay, so let's get a swing in. What is it? What? 0 to 1? Okay, so there's no point. Just move back. And can you swing all the way down there? No, I can't. Oh, you can do some sort of AoE? Yeah, cool. Buffage again. Somebody needs buffing. They both need buffing. Okay, let's get in here. Let's finish this. Okay, finish this. You finish it. No, you. No, nobody. RNG again. I think I'm pretty well off here. 8 out of 15, 5. I think I can survive. Buffage. And now finish it. 2, it's got 5 health left, right? Still gonna take, with those low damage? Yeah. Flail. Block and evade. Oh, but look what it does. It knocks you back. I love it. I really enjoy this kind of combat. This is cool. You're gonna move as well. They don't get hit in the back row, I guess. And you are going to do the 2 damage that's needed. There we go. Victory. Epic victory. It's over. The undead finally stopped moving. Their bodies lie mutilated all around the hills. The large abomination was hacked to pieces, now only a jumbled pile of ash and petrified bones. Some of your crew also got torn up. There are several wounded and one dead, his head torn off after he had been overpowered. The man in the black armor survives the battle. He is sitting on a rock nearby, covered in ash from the abomination, drinking ponderously from a water skin while he's observing the battlefield. His grim gaze. So we were supposed to lose that guy at the beginning. His grim gaze wanders from one slain companion to the other as if wanting to make sure all of them are dead. At length his piercing eyes find you. A chill runs down your spine. In spite of the brutal heat, there's no doubt in your mind that the man and you need to talk. Well, he has an unholy attack, so... Black armored man, address him. -1 fighter? Okay, I thought that was not my fighter, but whatever. Standing in front of the man, you offer him your hand. The man looks you up and down in a fashion that suggests only a dash of contempt. His great sword forged of steel is across his lap. He does not take your hand. You seem to be a leader of this... company of travelers. What is your business here? That's kind of an odd. The bluntness of the question coupled with the man's apparent hostility and ungratefulness hits you, leaving you speechless. Perhaps it is for the best. You notice that the man is bearing the symbol of Sogorod, which should make you cautious. Guess he's one of the new evil gods? Tell him you should be thankful, or thanking you instead of asking questions. Tell him you are a traveling company. Tell him you are a trading commandant traveling south. Tell him it's none of your business, just straight up. I see, so you're turning up here as a matter of utter coincidence, I take. When you assume it is, he narrows his eyes and pierces you with his gaze. There's a tense moment that seems to take forever. You are truthful, Vagrus. Commendable. The man rises from his rock. He towers over you, and now, and it dawns on you that such a war gear in the metal-starved world makes him either a very rich or very powerful person, or both. I'm grateful for your assistance in the skirmish, late as it was. The man turns to look at Javik, who appears at your side and bows. Without acknowledging your friend or his greeting, the armored fellow turns to you again. My name is Sidarius, a knight of the Ordis Negris Solis. Writing me, Vagrus, you have aided Imperial law. Oh no, we hate the Imperial people. You clearly have some questions of your own. Now is your chance. So that's why he's unholy, and he's an unholy warrior, because he's part of the Empire, and the Empire is just some sort of unholy evil thing. Cool. And he's some sort of important figure in the Empire. Ask him what he's doing here, ask him about the fight, ask him about his companions, ask him about his knightly order. Ask him what his plans to do now. Ask him what he's doing. I and my companion came here in search of enemies of the Empire. To smoke them out of their hideout. Well, that's a good place to smoke them out, in front of a giant volcano. It's supposed to be the last glorious battle in a long investigation that took months. As you can see, it went down quite differently. It's now my assumption that we've been betrayed and a trap was set for us. Traders we were supposed to apprehend lured us here along with these undead and hoped to see us all slaughtered. Sogorod, however, in his endless salience, saw fit to grant me an opportunity for retribution. Rejoice, Vagrus. You have been an instrument of the divine, sent here by Sogorod himself to aid in my quest for vengeance. Was there anything else you wanted? No. Ask him what he wants to plan to do here. It's for the Codex. Perhaps sprung. I intend to return to Avernum, where we set out from. I have to debrief my superiors there. Well, I'm going there as well. You can come with me. Stars fixes you with his gaze. Your destination doesn't happen to be Avernum. Yes, of course. I have to tell him the truth. Because it lied to him would be high treason. Good. I shall join you for the journey. Irifons teaches us to share the burdens of the road. Irifons is not a good guy. We often wrongly referred to as a god, was a saint of old imperial religion whose influence was so great in everyday life that its worship... Okay, cool. Again, more world building. That's why people are using it in vain. Now you tell your men to pile the bodies of my companions, burning their bodies without the proper rituals, not becoming such heroes of the Empire, but we have no time for much else. Just push them into the lava. Throw them in. Make it happen, Vagrus. In the meantime, someone skillful enough should take a look at my wounds. Just so everyone knows, the danger might still be looming over us. The traders who were supposed to find it and set the trap must still be around. They surely would have finished me off when I had slain all the undead. I thought they were going to make a move now, but who knows? Though your crew doesn't like to be ordered around, its guy's too powerful not to. Prologue. As the Comitatus is crossing into the Badlands, you climb onto the cart. He looks up, sensing you watching him. This is a fetish charm, one that the kindly sisters and the disciples... I love that these are like, we're having to work with evil bastards. Disciples of Axel used to attract the reanimated dead. The knight cost you a small bone charm, complete with arcane writing and black ink and detached teeth. I disabled it, do not worry. These filthy traders may have used it. A stolen charm to ensnare my contingent, but I am anointed in the faith of Axel. Oscul. I swear they will suffer for this atrocity. Give the charm back to the knight. It's also the matter of my belongings. My fallen comrades expect you to hold on to them until we reach Avernum, because all that juicy metal. You now turn towards the horizon. Gotcha. And +1 see all that Surgerodite arms. So if he just mysteriously dies, we have all that to sell. The Dark Knight joined us after we rescued him from the clutches of the mindless undead horrors that slaughtered his companions. He was a grim sort, displaying no gratitude or companionship, yet we were stuck with him. For a lawman such as the knight could make his dreadful will ours by command. So we set out bound for Avernum, the greatest city in the vicinity. And that's where I'm going to stop it, regardless of where we are in the tutorial. The video has gone now for quite a long period of time. So I think that's enough for the early game experience. Got a bit of tutorial, got a little bit of world building, saw the combat, done a few of those, saw how it deals with the, I'm not going to say survival, just this sort of strategy, the traveling, and how you handle your camps and so on. It's great RPG stuff, really nice, really enjoyable. Definitely a lot of reading, as it said at the beginning. It would have been so good if it was all voiced over. If you sort of had some sort of voice actor doing your voice or whatever the narrator. We've got this guy as well, who the actor could continue to do this voice, which would be great. But yeah, reading's fine. Obviously not so great for the streams, but I don't mind doing in-game, and there is quite a lot of it, but I do like voice actors as well. So regardless, that was it. Pretty good game. I really don't have any complaints, other than that I didn't like the way the combat sort of zoomed in. I would rather just have an old school, but I guess that's its own mark, and it needs to have something different from the other competitors in this sort of field, because there are a few other games like this now. So thanks very much for watching. As always, I do this on Twitch now, live streaming, and I put the VOD up over on my YouTube channel, so check out my YouTube channel for all my past indies. I normally do this on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central Europe, which is, I think, is GMT +1 or +2. Again, it evades me. So you can check that out if you're interested in watching me live, or you can just watch the VOD on YouTube. I need more subscribers, as always, so do subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Yeah, you know the drill. Like, comment, and check out my Twitch as well. Obviously, I should mention that I'm an affiliate. You can throw a sub my way as well. Always nice to help me out. Or you can go to my Patreon and throw in some money there as well to help me out, because I cannot get anything from YouTube ad-wise. They've cut off all the little guys, so do help us out. Any little guy you see, we're stuck basically until we get 1,000 subscribers and stupid amount of views a year. We're not going to be partnered again. So pity story over. Do check out the rest of my content. Thank you once again for watching, and as always, I'll catch you next time.